But yeah, Cadence Records. Well, was it the Everly Brothers then would be the most?
Yeah, well, certainly the Everly Brothers on Cadence.
Or the Chordettes?
Their early albums on Cadence sell up to $100.
Or Johnny Tillotson?
Johnny Tillotson, not as collectible as the Everly Brothers. Was he on Cadence?
Sure, yeah. He
Really?
Poetry in Motion. He did Dreamy Eyes.
Dreamy Eyes. Yes,
Yeah.
that was on Cadence.
Yeah. And
was
Johnny's
only-
still with us, too, as a matter of fact.
What's that?
Johnny is still with us.
He
Johnny
is.
Tillotson.
Great performer.
Very good man,
Is
too.
he
Very.
in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I don't believe so.
He should be.
I know.
The Monkees should be.
Yeah.
There are so many that should be, and there's so many that shouldn't be. But that's another story for another time.
Well, so many artists and so little time.
We should have the Walrus Hall of Fame
Yeah, we should. Oh, you're giving me an idea.
and induct our own, the Anti-Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
So Andy Williams, is he the most collectible?
On Cadence?
Yeah.
No.
Everly Canadian.
Brothers, certainly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Andy did Canadian Sons. How about Bill Hayes?
Davy Crockett?
Yeah.
About $25.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that with or without the hat?
That's without the hat or with the hat. It doesn't make any difference.
No, I got it.
All right. And who else sang Davy Crockett?
Fess Parker.
That's right.
Yeah. That was Columbia,
I
wasn't
believe that Fess Parker's version is worth maybe a little bit more.
it? Really?
I think there was a picture sleeve with Fess Parker.
It was on Columbia, was it not?
I believe it was on Disneyland.
Yeah, or that. Yeah. One or the other.
Is he still around, Fess Parker?
Well, he's got a winery in Santa Barbara
Oh, okay.
and a hotel as well.
All right. And
That's
a bar?
he got smart. He got out of the business.
He killed himself a bar when he was only 3.
Well, I'm sure there's a bar in the hotel. Sometimes we just make ourselves laugh, don't we?
Who was his partner?
Laugh and laugh and laugh. It was, Buddy Ebsen.
That's right, Uncle Jed.
Yeah, Uncle Jed. Who I can't believe that his career just went on until he kicked off.
Yeah.
He was
great.
he was a cool man.
Barnaby Jones.
Yeah, could have been the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz.
That's right.
However, he was allergic to the makeup.
That's right.
And I didn't even know he's that old. You're
he was,
young.
I think he was in his 90s when he died.
Yeah, probably.
Great actor.
Yeah, and I don't feel so good myself. So, which is beside the point.
Don't get so close to the phone.
Yes,
I don't want
sir.
to catch my cold.
No, you don't want that.
No.
Okay.
So this is the season, though. Yard sales are coming up, so be on the lookout for those. Old
That's
rock
right.
and
That's
roll
right. That's
records.
right. Spring is here.
So don't forget to ask if you go to yard sales, do you have any records?
Yes.
That's still the number one way to find the best deals.
The best question in the world in this economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So always ask, and then never say, I'll give you X amount of dollars for those records. Always say, what would you take?
How much you want for
for
them?
those records?
Yeah.
They'll name a price far lower than what you'd say you would give for them.
That's right. Or then you start bargaining.
Well, then you can start dickering, yes.
Yeah.
But what I do, somebody asks me, well, do you know what this record is worth? Then I tell them.
Well, but they know, a lot of people know that, well, they don't, I guess if you went into a yard sale, they wouldn't necessarily know the
Well,
business
if they're
you're
putting
in.
their records out in the yard sale for a dime or a quarter, chances are they don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
And you got to tell me, and I probably asked you this a million times, but what is the most valuable yard sale record you've found, personally?
oh, boy, there have been so many. I was just doing a show this morning. They asked me that. And the one that came to mind at that time, I was at a yard sale in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and a woman ahead of me spotted a Supremes album, which I knew was worth a lot of money,
Yeah.
and she picked it up first.
Yeah.
But I hit her over the head. No, but
And stole it.
but inside somebody had put a Kenny Rogers record,
Ah.
so she was looking for a Supremes record.
Yeah.
So she put it down, not knowing that in this particular case the value was strictly for the cover.
Oh.
So I picked it up, and as I was walking away with it, she said, there's a Kenny Rogers record inside that album cover.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you got to know when to hold them and know when to hold them. And that cover, which is Meet the Supremes, their first album, which shows them sitting on bar stools on the cover,
Yes.
and it was later changed to just face shots
Oh,
of
boy.
the Supremes.
Yeah.
So that bar stool cover is currently up to $1,200. I paid a quarter for it. So
Yeah.
that was a big find.
There are a lot of people out there right now going, "We hate you! We hate you!"
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I didn't say anything. I just took it and
Yeah,
went back,
man.
rolled up the windows in the car, and yay!
Well, at least now you're passing along the information.
But I never tell people, what they're worth unless they ask me.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one time that I can ever remember going back and telling a yard sale seller what they just sold. It was a box of soundtracks, from movies, TV shows, Broadway shows.
Yeah.
And I paid like $10 for the box, or like $50 in the box. And as I was walking away, I heard the husband whisper to his wife, "Can you believe that idiot paid $10 for those records?" So, of course, I had to go back then
Yes.
and explain.
And say, this idiot is going to make
One by
about
one, I
$40
went
million
through them, and they
because
totaled up to well over $500.
Oh, my gosh.
And the husband and wife were fighting with each other by the time I left.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You sold that for just $10?
Well,
So-
thanks for being such a
Yeah.
yeah
That's
troublemaker.
the only time I've ever got back and told anybody what they were worth.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to do that.
Yeah, no. Because they might be bigger than you and take them away from you.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. All right, Mighty John Marshall has a website. You can get your records evaluated. You can always, call us Monday mornings at 9:30, and we can help you in person. And he might be able to lower the price. But if you want to do it online, you can do that too.
Moneymusic.com. Moneymusic.com. You can have your records appraised online, or you can pick up some of our price guides, look them all up for yourself, and make some money at the yard sales this season.
Which is really kind of funny because Mighty John actually, he could just do the online appraisals, but he's got those kits that he put together. So you could be the next Mighty John when he decides to
There's
retire.
got to be someone somewhere.
That's right. So that's pretty awesome. All right, moneymusic.com.
Moneymusic.com. Next week we will have for April, our list of 10 records worth at least $100 that you probably have in your collection right now.
At least.
At least $100.
Yes. And none of them would be by the Shangri-Las, or maybe some of them would be.
Well, this particular Shangri-Las did make my list for April, but, in a future list, maybe I'll put them on there.